Welcome to Satellite Sunday here on a beautiful October day. Here we have one of these star running backs for the South Central Satellites. Here, Ben, how's it popping? How is it going? And how are you feeling, bud, with that injury against Osceola?
I'm feeling pretty good. It's just sucks that I can't play.
Absolutely, because that game you were outstanding out there. Okay, so you have a bright future. Get healthy. Okay, so what? How did you start in the game of football to begin with?
Um, uh, every everybody just wanted to play, so I I joined the train of it. My mom wouldn't let me play in like Pop Warner. I think I started seventh grade because my mom wouldn't let me in sixth grade.
Okay, okay, so kind of from Pop Warner and stuff like that, being one of the kind of smaller kids, and it works great at your position as a running back and stuff like that. So, what are some things you kind of took as a seventh grader, kind of going in the information and stuff like that, a year behind some of your classmates and peers that were in Pop Warner?
I just learned a lot from them people. Like Aaron Hogan, he taught me a lot about being a running back in middle school. Taught me how not to like be scared of hitting people, stuff like that.
Absolutely. So, kind of going through it and stuff like that. Uh, Aaron being a very cool individual. So, what are some things that he kind of instilled with you, being that upperclassman, being that kind of guy who was a little bit more experienced when you first kind of started?
He always just told me to hit the hole as hard as I could, and like just trust the lineman gonna make that hole. Just hit it, then do you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So, kind of going through your junior high days and stuff like that, when did you know that you had a kind of a chance to play varsity football here and stuff like that, and even start at an underclassman kind of age as you are so far currently?
Well, I didn't really know I was gonna start. I just put hard work in at practice, always on the prep team, just grinding that out. Made some good plays in practice, showed them what I could do. It just happened.
Absolutely. 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 Okay. So, Benny boy. Okay. So, going into high school, your freshman year, what was kind of the feeling and the vibe like when you have this kind of really good running back room with Tony, Aaron, and yourself? What could you kind of take and learn from all that greatness in there? Because Tony himself had kind of an injury his junior year, okay, and then last year showed out, and Hogan was kind of in the limbo kind of stake, even though he showed out in a couple of games that Tony was injured. So, what do you kind of take and learn from those guys?
I just took like you gotta come back better than you were. It's all mental. Like if you get hurt, people are gonna be scared to come back, but you can't. It's just all mental.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, because I feel for you. I was in the same situation as you were, but I went the opposite way. Okay, with my mentality and everything like that. It sounds like you have good spirits so far with that injury and stuff. But let's kind of take it back into the beginning of this year, your sophomore year. You got announced that you're going to be starting running back throughout the year, and Hogan's going to be like a Debo Samuels kind of role. So, what were kind of your initial thoughts on that kind of play scheme and stuff like that?
I was really excited because Aaron is a great football player. Like us together, we were like that in middle school. We just have that like connection. We it's like it's cool. I was excited for it.
Absolutely. Plus, with you guys, with Zach being the quarterback and stuff like that, and next year you get healthy, Aaron gets healthy. That line's a year more experience. I think you guys will be a dangerous club next year. To be honest with you, but kind of getting into all that and stuff like that. What do you need to prepare, even when you're rehabbing, to have a good season? Even though you're right now kind of in that limbo situation with knowing your tables and stuff like that, how much you can do, what you cannot do. So, how is all that timetable stuff coming to you mentally?
Um, I just know I gotta push myself a lot harder now to get back to where I was, become better. That goes for with the whole team. We just gotta push ourselves even more than what we were doing this year, because that's how we get better. It's all in the off season.
Absolutely. So, you guys being a young team and stuff like that, taking your lumps this year. So, do you think that lumps is going to make you guys great? Because being blown out by a Wheeler, being blown out by a Boone Grove that aren't really up to their usual standards. Um, so, how is that feeling? And how is, I know that's not a great feeling, but how is that kind of going to be a learning curve for next year when Zach's a senior, Hogan's a senior, you guys are juniors. Um, so when you become upperclassmen, kind of things.
I think our like losing season will make us angry next year and like have more motivation, come out with revenge. I think
Yeah,
that will make it better.
absolutely. So who do you have marked on the calendar for next year? Because usually the same schedule as it usually is for South Central. A couple games here and there are sprinkled in, like the Osceola game, the game last year down in Indy. But usually you guys have your set kind of rivals every year. So who do you have marked?
What do you mean, marked? Like out for?
Like, yeah, so like let's say for basketball, people say it's like Couts, but really it's lacrosse or Tri Township or Westville, the big rivalries and stuff like that. For football, who is it kind of marked on your guys' calendar?
I would. There's a lot of them now. You just gotta go out there, like Boone, Wheeler, to us, Triton, all of them. Just like all of them now. It's like yeah.
Absolutely. 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 Okay. Let's get into kind of the John Glenn scrimmage and stuff like that. So what did you guys see with the line, with your guys' schemes, with even in the scrimmage game against the Falcons this year?
Well, we weren't like really ready to scrimmage anybody at that point. We had a lot of mistakes that scrimmage. Our offense wasn't doing that good. Our defense was pretty good for that, for like that early in the year. We just needed to work.
Absolutely. I can't disagree with you guys anymore. Me watching and stuff like that, broadcasting, um, I kind of seen there's a little bit of O line stuff and everything like that. And I think kind of like what basketball had last year, little things here and there to tinker. And I think you guys will be really good, really good. But we're gonna go to our last segment here called the Hot Corner, and I'm gonna get to know you. The audience is gonna get to know you, Ben, here at Regan's Corner Sports Network. Okay, on this satellite Sunday. But Ben, what is your go-to snack?
Honey buns.
Ooh, okay, okay. What is your favorite all-time sports movie?
Sports movie, probably The Longest Yard.
Okay, okay. Okay. So, what is one superstition before you go on the field?
Uh, I don't really have one. I just go out and play.
Absolutely. What's it feel? What's the kind of motion like when you're touching the rock? Okay, before every single game, home game.
I don't just go out there, do what I do, try to win.
Okay. 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 What's your goals for the next 2 years on the field and off the field?
On the field, I want to not get hurt, play a full season.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And off the field, I just want to inspire people to do better.
Okay. Okay. You want to be a nice little upperclassman next year? It kind of show the little freshies and sophomores how it's done. I like it. I like it, Benny. Okay. So, what is okay? I'm trying to think of here. Okay. Okay. What are some colleges that you're looking at even now? Even though I know it's really early in that stage and stuff like that, but what college are you looking to go to now?
My number one college is Penn because they have a great running back program. And yeah, just Penn right now because like I watch them all the time.
Okay, so you're a big Penn State fan, right?
Yeah,
Okay, okay, I can mess with some nifty Lions, uh, but it's been nice getting to know you, Ben. You're welcome here anytime you like. Just give us a ring on Instagram and stay froggy, my friend.